everybody. This is Sarah Harnish, and we are live with Unstuck Bootcamp again. We're doing this again, and many of you guys are like, what? She already did Unstuck Bootcamp. What's going on? My intent from the very beginning was to give you long-form videos that you could go in and delve in a little bit deeper, but also to give you videos that are very short and very tight action steps. So if you want to run a 20-day bootcamp with your team, or you want to speed this up and do it over 10 days, and you've got strong readers on your team, you can do this thing however you want to do it. There's no wrong way, but these videos will be very tight and very short. There's not going to be a lot of emotion and a lot of heart training. That's in more of the actual bootcamp videos, but these will be very driven, focused, topical things that you can pop onto your business page and have people through them in just a couple of minutes. So we just started. I'm going to be shooting 2 videos a night, and we'll be collecting them every single night, and we'll be placing them onto my website. So if you want to find these later on, I'm going to show you how to get to them. You just go to oilabilityteam.com. That's the website. And you go under share, and you go to Unstuck. Okay, if you click on that, it's going to bring you to all things bootcamp, and underneath here you'll see Unstuck Bootcamp. You just click on day 1, and we'll have the videos collected there for you that will be very short form. All right, you're not late. You can pop on and do this thing anytime you want, and these videos are there forever, so it doesn't cost anything to do it. But we're going to move very, very quickly in these. So starting with day 1, we're trading off of this book that's on Amazon. It's also up on my website. It's a brand new release. It's an Amazon bestseller. Audible is out with it now too. So if you do not read, you can listen to it and you'll be blessed that way. It trains a different part of your brain. If you went through the first part of boot camp and you're doing this one also, get the Audible book and learn a little bit differently than you did the last time. So Unstuck, How to Talk to Humans and Get Them to Respond to You. That's the book. This is the workbook that goes along with it. And you don't have to watch the long videos to be able to do this thing. You actually don't have to watch any videos to be able to do it. You can do it just with the book and the workbook. You can do it just with the book. You can do it just with the Audible. Anything that you get in your head is going to help train your brain and get you into that right place where you are focused and you are driven and you are moving forward. So for today, I recommend, if you're doing this with your team, if I was doing this with my team and I needed a short, tight version of boot camp to do it, I would post the day 1 video before we start boot camp and have them all watch it to just get them all fired up. And then I would do these topical videos for 20 days. And then I would post the very last video so they kind of get all riled up again at the very end. I would post those long form videos at the beginning and the end. But again, there's no wrong way to do it. So if you think your team's only going to respond to 3-minute videos, then only post the 3-minute videos, all right? Our oil of the night for tonight is Believe, and all the aromatherapy training for this oil is on the long form video, but go get some Believe and get it on your body. What we're talking about in boot camp is why Young Living is the best job in the world, and the state of stuck and despair, and I share a little bit about my story with Gabriel. And so what I'm going to do in each of these videos is I'm just going to give you the oil, I'm going to give you the takeaways from the chapter, and then I'm going to assign homework to you to go do some of that heart training, all right? So the takeaways from the chapter and why Young Living is the best job in the world. Income disclosure guide. Hello, have you guys taken a look at this thing recently and what Diamond Rising looks like? I'm just going to flip my calendar or my camera around here and show you. It's printed right inside of Unstuck, but it shows you what the average pay is per rank. And I'm just going to, because it's a short video, go to Royal Crown Diamond at $128,210 a month, $50,000 a month for Crown Diamond, and you can view the full income disclosure statement just by shooting, putting it up on Google. But this is a huge incentive to get out there and just hit the pavement and work hard at this, because what you're doing right now likely is not going to get you out of where you are. I love anchoring news, but there's a hope ceiling with that position that doesn't allow me to go to bed every night just in this place of peace, knowing that my family is comforted, are going to be taken care of. Seeing my friends rank up, one of the huge perks for me for Young Living Business. That circle of helping. When I go in and I do a newscast, and I leave, somebody else doesn't get paid because of the newscast that I did, and I don't do better because of the other people that are in the newsroom. Like, I got to go work, I earn my paycheck, right? That's not how network marketing works. You do better when you stick your hand down and you grab them and you pull them up with you. You do better when you teach next to your leaders. You do better when you open Friends of Friends and help your people that are not business builders get their oils for free. Like, it's a big circle of you working together. The friendships that you build throughout all of this, how I'm spending my 40 hours. Like today, I got to go hang out with my kids all day as they're getting ready for Tech Week to do a show this weekend. And I would have spent 8 hours in a newsroom normally, which I love. I love doing news, but I also love being with my kids and I love being a mama. Willable income. Being able to set up that trust and leaving that income that you have built to your babies forever. That's huge peace of mind. So when you're not there and you're clocked out, that income still is there. So there's a lot of reasons why this is just an amazing job. And I think the question I want to ask you, one of the big takeaways is, why are you where you are? Why are you where you are? And do you like where you are? And do you have hope where you are? And are you going to get where you want to be by being where you are? Because if you're not, then you really need to get into this book. You need to get into Unstuck, and you need to get out there and start utilizing some of this training from the book to help you connect with those circles of people around you and connect with the circles of the people around you, because that's how you build this thing. In the first video that's long form, I told the story of Gabe, who is just my precious oldest son. He's autistic. For the first 7 years of his life, he was nonverbal autistic. And I just kind of shared with you my darkest place as a mom and just wanting to give up and wanting to quit and what that feeling felt like. And so I pray that you don't miss it. I really do pray, if that's the only video you watch, you go watch the beginning and the end of Gabe's story, because maybe you're just in a place where you just need a little hope and you don't see a way out from where you are, and that video will give you some hope. You might feel like you've lost momentum on your team, or you've tapped out your warm market, or you don't want to feel like a door-to-door salesman. But what if we could really take this job to a place where you are helping a mama who's overwhelmed? What if you step in for an elderly neighbor with some knee pain, right? What if it was about serving? What if all of Young Living for you is about serving? Unstuck is going to help you get that audience and get to that place where you are serving again and not sales. So just walk with me for 20 days. I said I'll be shooting 2 of these videos a night. Not every night. We'll take some nights off, and some nights we'll just go dink, dink, dink. And if you're not watching it live, you'll be able to pop on and click on the videos at your leisure. But walk with me for 20 days for these little short videos. And you could do it 1 video at a time, whatever pace you want. Just snag the book, snag the workbook, and kick your tush to go do that work in the workbook. We're going to lean a little heavier on the workbook for these little videos than we did in the full boot camp, because that's really where that heart training happens. The book is going to touch you, and the workbook is going to move you. So some of my takeaways from chapter 2, what I want to stick with you, is that the biggest obstacle on your way to diamond is you. It's in your own head. You put that glass ceiling above your own head. So let me drop this thought into your mind that your business is built brick by brick and relationship by relationship. And that image that we have in our mind of rocket ship growth, you got to get that out of your head. You got to get that out of your, and just set realistic day by day expectations with consistency. And then you're a lot less likely to clock out on your business if you have realistic goals. So now let's talk homework, and we're going to wrap up the first video, and then I'll go shoot the second one real quick. So chapter 1, I actually tricked you here on the homework, and I'm talking about the homework that's inside your workbook, because you actually have homework for the introduction too. What the what? I want you to write out one of the toughest moments of your life, just like my moments with Gabe, just like my moments being a special needs mama and trying to just survive. You're really truly just surviving every single day. And write out what makes you unique. How do you think people can link to you? How can you connect with people, and how can people connect with you? What types of people are you drawn to? What interests do you have in them? What interests do you think they would have in you? And then chapter 1 for real. For reals, as my kid would say, make a side-by-side comparison chart of where you are. What are you doing day to day? And does that get you to freedom? I want you to really write down what your frustrations are, what your successes are in your current job and where you are. And then does that get you to freedom? Does it get you to the places you want to be? Stack it up about what we talked about in Young Living earlier in this video, because Young Living is worth the fight and it's worth the time. Then I want you to drop a Royal Crown Diamond monthly budget. And this is just something for fun that we're doing, just to dream a little bit. For chapter 2, for your homework, I want you to make a list of the desires of your heart. And for me, this sounds kind of silly, but it was a boat. I grew up in a really poor family, but my dad would always find these boats with holes in them on the side of the road, and he'd plug it with bubble gum and toothpicks and take us out on the river, and we never sank. But I really wanted my kids to experience just being out on the water because I'm such a water girl. Not a big boat. I didn't want a big boat. I just wanted a boat without holes in it because I can't fix it. And God did it. You know, he did it, and he did it for cheaper than my college-age daughter's first car. And it was everything that I had put on my vision board, a boat with blue on it, a blue canopy, and a radio that we could listen to music on the water, and just enough seating for everybody to sit in. And so, you know, there's something about writing those goals out verbally, visually, you know, whatever you need to do to just have that in front of you. And so I want you to practice that. Put some of those goals and things down that you have. And then I also want you to practice playing with your oils so that you can train people on your team how to do it also. So I want you to make up an oil 1, oil 2, oil 3, like 3 things you really, really want to learn. Go get your reference guide out. If you haven't grabbed one of these yet at discoverlsp.com, get a reference guide, pocket reference, and just write down what some of those oils do by doing it side by side with your catalog, and then make up a 3-month ER wish list for yourself. And I'm having you do this exercise because you're going to be running your team with it and running your friends of friends with through it, but only after you've done it first and you understand the value of it. This is some of the foundational work that we're doing of how you're going to help other people. So walk yourself through it first. Each of these videos, again, collected at oilabilityteam.com. So if you need to go find the next video, you'll be able to do it just by going to oilabilityteam.com, click on Unstuck, click on Boot Camp, and woo! We made it through day 1. So you are through the action steps videos for chapters 1 and 2. Now I'm going to go shoot day 2's video tonight also, and we'll collect these and put them on the website. But I believe in you, Mama, Daddy, I believe in you. I know you have it in you to build this because I had it in me to build this and I had nothing. And so if you could start from that place of nothing and still walk, we can walk through this together. We're going to do some things that scare you in this boot camp a little bit, and we're going to do some stretching and a little bit of growing, but that's always good for your heart and it's very good for your business. So I love you, and I'll see you for action video day 2.